Here we have Monster Blend. This is vanilla. So Monster Blend is sort of like our isolate and whey. Of course, it's whey, but it's a blend of proteins. Let's go ahead and take a look at the label. Milk protein and whey protein isolate supplement mix. Of course, it's from Cytosport, the Monster series. This, as we mentioned, is vanilla, 25 grams of protein per serving. All right, go ahead and look at the ingredients here. You'll see that it is milk protein isolate and whey protein isolate is our protein sources. That's an interesting blend. So milk protein is a combination of casein and whey. More casein than whey, usually anyway, in milk protein. So that's a very interesting combination that they have there. Sometimes you'll see egg protein, sometimes you'll see just a straight up casein, but here they're using milk protein, so that's going to be slower digesting. And then here we have a whey isolate, which is going to be quicker, faster digesting. Okay, so you can read the other ingredients there yourself. So here are the supplement facts right there. About 140 calories per serving, about 2 grams of fat. We're coming in at 5 total carbohydrates, and one of those is dietary fiber, so 4 net. We have 25 grams of protein there as well. 1 scoop is a serving, and that's about 36 grams, and that gives you about 25 grams of protein. So that means in this whole bottle, there's about 69% protein, a little more than 69% protein in this entire bottle. Now you can look over the rest of the bottle here yourself there to your heart's content. Oh, wait. There you go. All right, nutrient summary. You see about 15 grams of our 25 grams is milk protein. 10 grams is from whey protein there. And of course, you can read how quickly they digest there. All right, very cool. And you can read the rest here. They do add 1 gram of added leucine in this, which is fine. They're not really protein spiking it or anything like that. Or, whey is already really high in amino acids. They're just adding more leucine, which can facilitate higher levels of muscle protein synthesis. Okay, so that's all you need to know about that. You can study up more about leucine and muscle protein synthesis, and as well as causing a insulin spike with leucine. Just like they say you need carbohydrates after workout. That's simply not true. Leucine can do pretty much the same thing as far as spiking insulin goes. Pretty much, not quite exact, but pretty much. All right, so let's go ahead and open this up. So there is the inside. Of course, it just looks like any other vanilla protein powder. Smells pretty goddamn good, to be honest with you. Let's go in here and find our scoop. All right, so let's go ahead and you can see sort of the consistency of it. There, that wasn't very good. But you can see sort of the consistency of it, of the mix right there, of the blend. So let's go ahead and take a scoop here of our vanilla. Make sure we get a full scoop. Throw it into just plain ass water. Now that's not ass water, that's plain. It's plain ass water. 2 different things. All right, so I've been stirring about 30 seconds. I'll give it a little bit longer just so we can, test this blend here with the other ones. We've already done the isolate and the whey. As you can see, it's blending pretty well with just a spoon of water. The blend is here better than the Monster Whey did. So there you go. I'm not really seeing any clumps in that. So give it an old taste. Like I said, it smells goddamn good. Let's All right. Okay. There's a hint of that. This vanilla blend. There's a hint of it that shows this could be a good flavor. Okay. That is interesting. I'll tell you what. That's the most interesting vanilla I've tried. I'm not gonna tell you it's good. At least not mixed like this. Mixed like this, straight up, vanilla's a hard flavor to get right, man. And they have not done that. It has a weird texture to it. It's not horrible. I don't want to make you think it's horrible. It's just not. I mean, maybe like a 7.5. I could say somewhere between a 7 and a 7.5 for this vanilla blend flavor. I mean, I would buy it. I would buy it again just because you can usually find this stuff relatively inexpensive, and I do kind of like the overall blend, and it's not a bad flavor, and it will make a good base. It's better than like EAS vanilla in my opinion, but somewhere between a 7 and an 8, just depending on where you are in your vanilla scale. Okay, so that's what I give it. So let's just put it at 7.5. 7.6. I'll be fair. 7.6 is the vanilla. It's a little better than usual or normal vanilla, but that's about it. It has a bit of a grittiness to it. I guess it's because of their blend, but it blends well, and it's not bad. I probably would buy it again. Probably. It's not as good as the Muscle Farm vanilla, but it's, you know, it's not bad. So we'll go ahead and do this in a blender. I already got some ice in there. To see if this makes it taste any better. You know, I've noticed that sometimes by putting it in a blender, you can really change the flavor of it. If you throw some, you know, ice in there or whatever. We're not going to do peanut butter today. Obviously, peanut butter would work good. I'm going to do a little more protein in there. And, you know, blueberries would work good. Strawberries, but banana, obviously. Anything like that. You know, it's not a bad flavor, even for 7.6. It's not a bad flavor. It's just, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of complex. It almost tastes like a birthday cake vanilla. But then there's some weird undertone that it has that just keeps me from saying it's like a 8.5 for some reason. I don't know what it is. Anyway, let's go and blend this up. All right. All right, so if you're looking there, you see that really thickens it up with just some ice, man. And oftentimes that's enough to really kick up, you know, a protein. Try this out. I fucking get shit everywhere. All right, yeah. You know what? That is better. That is definitely better. Mix like that. There's still a bit of a chalkiness to it. So for the chalkiness, I would definitely throw in something else. Ice cream, maybe a little milk, maybe a banana, maybe some other kind of fruit. Peanut butter, obviously. Things like that to sort of cover up that chalkiness. But, you know, it's not too sweet. It's not overly sweet. It's about where it needs to be. If they would just work on it a little bit. And, you know, that's sort of my thing about all of these proteins here, our blend, our isolate, and our whey. You know, all of these are good. Our blend's good, our isolate's good, our whey is good. But if you watch all those videos of our monster sort of series here, you know that none of them achieved a very high score. Nothing got over a 9. I don't think anything got over an 8.5. They're fine, and that's the problem. With a name like Monster, they can do so much more with this brand that they're not doing. I mean, look at this. Look at this. A name like Monster, they have good labeling, right? They have different kinds, different formulations. They have a blend of basically a casein, but it's a milk protein, and whey isolate. Then they have your pure isolate, and then they have a whey, which is your concentrate. So they have a good, good strains basically of this Monster brand, something to fit everything. The labeling is good, but look at the flavors: vanilla, chocolate. I mean, yeah, they have other ones. Oh, strawberry, chocolate peanut butter. Great. You know, those are not descriptive names. Those are not descriptive names. And they also have a problem of mixability in some of these, and they have some problems with their overall flavoring in these Monster brands. And the thing is, with a name like Monster, they are capable of so much more than they are doing right now if they would just do a little more R&D and develop some flavors that set them apart. What does vanilla tell me? Vanilla doesn't tell me goddamn shit. Chocolate doesn't tell me goddamn shit. Why would I buy this chocolate over any other just plain ass chocolate? There is no reason for me to buy this over an EAS or over any other just plain ass brand that has plain ass flavors. They could very easily invest a little bit of R&D and make something interesting. Like I use Muscle Farm as an example. You know, they have chocolate milk. You know, you could do something like the molten lava chocolate cake or something. If you would tweak these flavors just ever so much, just a slight amount. I mean, it wouldn't even cost that much to tweak these flavors and to increase the mixability of some of these here. Tweak the flavors a little bit. Make them your own. Make the labeling a little more specific to the flavors. You know, now all we have is these little triangles. One says vanilla, one says chocolate, one will say strawberry. There's no other change in the labeling, right? So if this is going to be chocolate milk, we need to know it's more than just a little triangle here. You know, so they could increase their market value, their market share overnight if they would just invest a little bit more into the R&D process and make some good flavors. I mean, we got vanilla here. Vanilla. How about vanilla cupcake? How about vanilla ice cream? How about vanilla milkshake? How about vanilla something? Vanilla cake batter? Something other than vanilla.
Louis Beans?
Vanilla. Vanilla tells me nothing. It tells me nothing.
You're right, John.
Anyway, that's one thing that bothers me about this brand is that they have a great name. They have overall good packaging. They have overall good blends that could use a little bit of tweaking. Overall good flavors. Again, tweak them a little bit to make them a little more specific to this brand. it's just with a name like Monster, with this brand, especially with Cytosport behind them, which of course makes muscle milk, they could just do so much more, and they're not taking advantage of it. And I don't know why. I really don't. But anyway, this video is about the blend. The blend, it's good. The vanilla is good. You know, like I said, I probably would buy it again because vanilla is a hard flavor to get right. I'm not saying they have it right, and the blend is a little bit chalky, and I've had other blends of the Monster blend before, and it's also been a little bit chalky. But the overall flavor is pretty good. It's just a little bit of chalkiness in there. You know, versus our isolate, which is pretty smooth, and our whey, which is pretty smooth as well. It just doesn't mix well. At least not as well with you know, just a spoon. Our blend and isolate, you know, they blend perfectly fine with just a spoon. But anyway, we've gone on long enough about me bitching about them fucking up their own brand. They're not gonna listen to me anyway.
Come on, John.
But there you go, man. That's the Monster goddamn blend. We got that motherfucking milk protein and that whey goddamn protein in there. Good overall blend, good overall flavor. Like I said, around a 7.5, 7.6 or so.
Louis beans.
You know, so you can go check that out if you want. You can always go check out the whole line of the Monster stuff in the link below. All right, so that's the Monster blend. That was vanilla.